Okay, I'm going to be happy today. I hope you're going to be happy today because we have an opportunity to move our bodies. And although I was going to start sitting in a chair, this is Move Better 55 Plus Mobility Week, where the focus being the hands. We know from recent studies and past studies that hand strength in particular is a determinant of all-cause mortality. In other words, the stronger your hands are, the stronger you are, the less chance that you're going to not be here because of that. So essentially, that's probably not a very eloquent way of saying it. But when we talk about hand grip strength, it's very functional because we need our hands to do, hey, Deanne, everyday life, back from Grenada. I love it, and right into class. I love it. So all-cause mortality and hand grip strength, but ultimately, your hands are strong because of not just hand work, but upper body work too, right? So there will be a little bit of incorporating upper body into today's class. Come to stand, but we will be sitting in a chair. We will use a variety of weights. So we're just gonna get things working because we know that what is happening in our hands can be affected by what's going on in the shoulders and upper back. So let's just get a little bit of shoulder roll action before we get really specific with our movements. Up, back, and around. And while you're doing that, please have a look around your workspace to ensure that there are no tripping hazards. Let's change directions. So we're trying to get up, back, around. You get a little protraction, retraction, elevation, and depression. So you may start off, Susan, with a really slow movement. So we have a Sue and a Susan, so you know who you are. Good. And then palms open to the sky. Just open and close your arms. Open and close your arms. Nice full breath, nice and easy, right? We're starting off slow. But we will end with a little bit of tempo and pace and of course power. 3, 2, 1. Take those arms into a diagonal. So left and right arm, left and right arm. So we're just kind of making an X. Good. And see how you're feeling here. Are things feeling tight? Open the chest, exaggerate the movement. Whew, yes. Maybe the palms face each other. Good. 3, 2, hello, Elizabeth. 1, your hair is down. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Let's shake out those hands. So we're gonna need a set, or at least a medium and a lightweight today, but hopefully you have all your weights handy. Shake out those arms, add the shoulder shakes. We'll go for 5, 4, little Gumby movements. 3, 2, 1. What is your range of motion up, back, and around before we finally come to a seated position? Try to take the bend out of the elbow, which means you're gonna have to reach through your fingertips. Oh. Change directions. 3 times forward, down, and back. Feels good to move your body. 3, 2, 1, shake it out. So we're gonna come to a seated position. So I want to ensure I'm coming a little bit closer to the monitor than normal so that you can get a good idea of what's going on. So we know that the restriction in our hands could have something to do with multiple factors, but it's really important to see where we are at. So I would love for you to just open your hands as wide as you can. And your hands don't have to be facing me. They could be down on your lap. They could be out to the side. I just need to show you what's going on. And then close your fists. So thumbs on top of 4 fingers. Good, and open. Spread them wide. So if, like a muscle, right? If we don't contract it or extend it till its full range of motion, we lose that range of motion. So how often do you spread those fingers nice and wide? Uncomfortably so. For 3, 2, 1, at least for me, and then squish the bug, poor bug, in your palms. Mosquito season's coming up, right? I'm headed to the cottage in 2 weeks. Wish me luck. 3, 2, 1, spread them wide. Spread, relax your shoulders. And you could come closer to the monitor too, right? So the closer you are to your camera, Susan. Yeah, you seem so far away. Thank you. Good, Deanne, you could come closer if that was comfortable for you, or the dog is all comfortable, so let him be, it's okay. Squeeze, 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 3, 2, 1, good. So now we're just gonna work with the thumbs. You can just let your fingers relax. Up close, you can maybe see what's going on here. My thumbs are doing the wave. Yeah, so try to make it really intentional. Slow it down. We're trying to get those knuckles involved. Of course, everything goes without saying that we want a pain-free range of motion, right? And I have to tell you, I've been having some thumb issues with one hand in particular, and at one point, until I started to delve a little bit deeper, this was painful. So 3, now make some circles, 2, 1, so big circles. You can even close. I find if you close your fingers though, you can't get your full range. So if you keep your fingers open, Dana, yeah, you can maybe exaggerate the movement. Good, and Judy, if you wanted to come closer too, don't be afraid, I showered last night. Change directions of those circles. She's being silly. So not super exciting, but I don't know about you, but losing the function of my hand scares me, right? So you want to be able to do all the things, especially because I love baking. I don't know what you love doing. Good. Now from here, you're simply going to take your fingers and you're just going to bend 4 fingers back on one hand. Bend them back. Pain-free range of motion. So you're bending them back towards your forearm. Yeah, nice and easy. 3, 2, 1. Good. Other side, other side. Bend it back. I told you Sue would be a chill class today. Yes, perfect timing. Good. Here we go. For 3, we're going to do that again on the other side. 2 and 1. This time spread your fingers and then try to open them up. Yeah, pain-free, pain-free. So not so much focusing on the wrist extension, but the finger extension, yeah? Hopefully you can see that okay. Get that pinky in there, wants to escape. 3, 2, 1, other side, spread, then bend. Good. Get a little bit more active now. So this is passive range because you're using your hand and forcing the movement, right? So you're stretching in a passive range. We'll get into more active stuff soon. In 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Make your fist again. So thumb on top of 4 fingers and bring them close. We've done this in the past, if you remember. I want you to flick your fingers so it's audible to you. You're muted, so I can't hear. Okay, so here we go. Audible, flick. Yeah, exaggerating those movements. And then slowly, full on flick. It still needs to be audible. You're going to begin flicking and going faster. But as soon as you stop hearing the flick, you go back to slowing down. See how fast you can go, still hearing the audible flick. One hand easier than the other. Staying nice and tall. 5, 4, so uncomfortable. 3, 2, and 1. Oi. A little bit more active. Shake it out. Arms below. Janet, hello, hello. Arms above. Shake them out. Good. So this one might be a little new for some of you. We're going to take one hand and we're simply going to take the other hand, 2 fingers, and slide them down. Okay. And from here, you're going to actively squeeze your fingers in. So these 2 fingers, your peace sign. Sue, do you see your computer? It's making balloons with the peace sign you're doing. It's like a celebration. You have an iPad. So from here, you're going to squeeze the fingers you just slid in. So these are the squeezers, like scissors. So squeeze, 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 squeeze. Slide them down as far as you can, Elizabeth. Yeah. And squeeze, squeeze, like you're trying to cut your fingers. 3, 2, 1. Now your scissors are going to spread apart. So these are going to spread open. Yes, you can take this out if you want. So for those of you who have an iPad right now, you're shooting balloons up into the air. I don't know if you can see that. It's fabulous. 3, 2, 1. Good. Release that. Uncomfortable. Move on to the middle finger and your ring finger. Do the same thing. Slide down. Squeeze. You might have to put these two together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the fingers you just slid down like you're trying to cut your fingers. Ah. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now spread them apart. Spread them apart. Spread, spread, spread. As much as you can. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goshness, you still have one more finger to do here. So ring finger, pinky finger, we're going to cut them. So slide these fingers down. Try to squeeze them with all your might. A little bit more difficult, right? Not so much power in our pinky finger, but you're going to try nonetheless. Relax those shoulders, Vicky G. 3, 2. Janet, you can have a seat. Most of us are sitting, but if you do not want to, you don't have to. 3, 2, 1. Spread them apart, Judy. Spread, spread, spread. 3, look at the face. 2, she's not happy. 1, shake it out. So we're not just working the intrinsic muscles in the hand. You probably are starting to feel that in your forearm too, right? Yeah, absolutely. That's the point. Shake it out. So we can't just look as the culprit of the hand when we have tension, tightness, weakness, pain, right? We have to look up the chain so you can start to feel those muscles and the connection. So again, you're going to make the peace symbol. Yes, you're going to take this and you're going to try every time. You're going to try and squeeze and cut your 2 fingers on your left hand. Cut, 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 squeeze, press, press, press. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to try and move our fingers wider. So make a bigger peace sign or bunny ears, one or the other. Spread, spread, spread. And 3. Oh, the balloons, so much celebration. 2. And 1. I love it. Yeah, these new features. So we're going to go on middle finger, ring finger, same thing. I know, not exciting, but it's really challenging, right? So try to cut, 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 Jennifer. Cut, cut, cut. Squeeze it. Ooh, you know what this is going to help you with next week's class? Because if you're holding weights, you need to have grip strength, right? Squeeze it. 3, 2, 1. Separate, separate, separate. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Last one, I promise. Again, slide it down as far as you can go and squeeze the heck out of it. 3, try to relax your shoulders. I know it's hard. 2, 1. Why did I choose this one? Okay, separate, separate, separate. Yep. Star Trek? No, I think that's this, right? 3, 2, where are my Star Trekkies here? My Trekkies. We used to love watching that back in the day when it was like the original. Not original, but the, 80s Star Trek. Okay, so from here, we're gonna move on to, some of you, I might have mentioned medial nerve glides to you before. These are helping with dexterity and mobility, also with hand pain, okay? So the movement is as follows. So watch for a second. So I'm simply going to take my arm out, palm to the sky, and as I flex my wrist, elbow stays straight. So I'm going to bring my palm in to face my head, and I'm going to drop my left ear to my left shoulder. Okay, and then as I extend my wrist, so now my right palm is facing the wall to my right, I'm going to drop my right ear to my right shoulder. So it goes like this. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. You can join me now. And flex. So ear to shoulder. You notice how I'm tipping. So try not to tip like me. 3, 2, 1, and keep it up. So we're going to do a few cycles of these. Gentle hold, so ear to shoulder as much as you can. Keep your nose facing directly ahead. Palm is extended. So start again, just a reset. Palm is open to the sky. To the sky, Sue. Palm up to the sky. Good. And flex and drop your left ear to left shoulder. And right ear to right shoulder. Good. One more time. It's pretty intense, right? So you can back off, not flex or drop your neck as much if it's painful. We don't want sharp shooting pain anytime, yes? And some people, if you have any nerve issues in the hand, in the neck, and the shoulder, may be feeling this differently than you and I feel it. So extend the arm out. Palm is facing the sky like you're holding a bottle of, I don't know, a bowl of water. Good. Now drop that ear to your shoulder and bring your palm to face your head. Elbow stays straight. Good. Extend your wrist. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. It feels good to me. It's not everybody's going to feel what I feel. Good. Come back. Nice time to focus on your breathing. 3, 2, 1. Elizabeth, palm is open to the sky as a starting position. Yeah. Extend your wrist to the wall to your left and then left ear to left shoulder. That's it. Good. Couple more times. Good. And bring that wrist to face your body. I heard from our physical therapist who spoke in our discussion group last season a couple times, Liz. For anybody who is interested in red light therapy, she's now selling the Fringe, that American company, Fringe Red Light Therapy in Canada. So that's kind of cool. So if anyone's interested, I can connect you to Liz. Good. One more time. I just saw Deanne, so I just remembered Liz, so I just noticed, so shake it out team. So nerve glides are done. Now we're gonna move on to the next one. So these are called lumbric stretches. So you're gonna make a fist. So to come close, so you're just gonna bend your knuckles in, okay? So do that with your right hand so we're all on the same plane. Good. And from here, you're gonna push down with your opposite hand. So you're trying to squeeze your knuckles into your finger, so your fingers closed in. Good. For 3, 2, 1. Now reverse it. So now these knuckles are gonna try and open up. So the hand that's at the bottom is gonna try and open into the left hand. Open, open, open. As far as you can, as much as you can for 5, 4, weird, right? 3, 2, 1, nice job. So this is like strength training for your hands and your grip strength. Now just stretch out the hands. Good, so we're gonna do 2 sets of that. So the right hand is done. Spread the fingers for me, Miriam, yeah. And open up that palm for 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whew. If you were feeling tight in your hands before and not after today's class, so close those fingers in. Yeah, take this hand, place it on top. Good, now you're gonna try and make your fingers tight. So you're gonna squeeze and hug your left fingers. For 3, relax, 2, and 1, reverse it. The left hand is gonna try and open up into the right hand, but the right hand's not gonna let it. This is called isometrics. 3, 2, 1. Now open your hand, stretch those fingers back. Good. One more set of that. Yeah, so just to help that stretch, Elizabeth. Good. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Can we do one more set and then we're gonna go on to one more seated move before we come down to the floor. Good, because I have to watch the time. We have a workout to do. Okay, so close your right fingers in, take the hand on top, squeeze it, give it a little extra love gently, right? Yeah, this is your body here, so you don't want to like cause any pain, but it's a good hug. Yeah. Anybody Italian here get a hug from a long lost aunt or a pinch of the cheek? Oy, I remember as a kid, one aunt made me cry literally with her pinching of her cheeks, my cheeks rather. Good. 3, 2, 1. So are we opening now? Open, 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 open. Try to open it as much as you can. 3, 2, 1. Spread the fingers. Give them a stretch. Last time. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. I was walking down Hazelton Lanes to go to my trainer yesterday. Closed. And this older woman, and couldn't tell you how old, but she was, you know, she looked older to me, clothes, and she was an avid gardener. She had all the gardening stuff. She was doing her, you know, weeding and whatnot. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And she comes up and she's talking to whoever's assisting her saying, I know my computer's listening, so now I'm going to get some hand strengthening exercises on my computer. So she was worried her phone was listening to her and they were clearly talking about her hand strength. And I'm like, hey, I should give her our video. 3, 2, 1. Now try to open your fingers. But have any of you ever experienced that where you talk about something and the next time you open your Instagram or Facebook, there is, yeah, this is the world. Unless you're like a hermit and you have no computer, which is clearly not the case. Open, 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 3, 2, 1. It's always going to be, you're basically going to have to live in the woods with no internet, no cell service to maintain your privacy, right? Stretch. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Nice job. The only thing we have disconnected, team, is in our house and in Austin's house is the Google Home or the Siri on the speaker because they start doing strange things. Let's make a prayer position, but not up here. So see how I'm holding it up here? This is our starting position. We're going to take our hands, our forearms, and we're going to bring them down so that they're parallel. Fingertips up to the sky. We're in a passive range of motion now. So your wrists are in extension, right? Shoulders are relaxed, please. Thank you. Now, can you keep this level of 90-degree extension? Because, right, this is 90 degrees. And pull the hands apart. Do you see how I lost some of that 90 degrees? So the goal is to take the back of your hand and try to get it to reach towards your forearm. This is a challenge. Pull back and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so clearly when we are in quadruped position, that's our 90 degrees. This is passive, right? But that is not our active range of motion if from here we end up here. Right? So that difference from 90 degrees to here is usually the potential for injury. So I often recommend elevating your wrist crease so that you alleviate some tension on quadruped. So again, press, press, press now. So we're going to press our palms into one another. Try and put some input to see if we can make some change. 3, 2, 1. Now begin to pull your hands apart, trying to maintain that 90 degree. Wow, look at you, Heather. 3, 2, 1. I am shaking. You're not shaking? Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, so what I would like you to do is make sure that those forearms are parallel to the horizon. You're all like really impressive, team. Press, press, shoulders down. 5, 4. Okay, now I'm meeting the challenge. I'm gonna mimic Heather. 3, 2, 1. And Elizabeth 2. Oh my gosh, Dana. Dang. 3, 2, 1. I gotta work on that now. Y'all put me to shame. Shake it out. We're coming back to the ground quadruped. The option is to do all of this at a wall with your hands at a wall. Okay. Option as well, hands on seat of chair. I'm not really concerned with which variation you choose, but it has to be sustainable for you. Okay. Pain-free is also another word I like to use. So speaking of that wrist extension, which y'all put me to shame with, have a sip of water if you want. We're gonna come to either quadruped or hands on a wall. Imagine me standing, okay? This, of course, passive range of motion. I want you to imagine here we're doing the same exact thing. The back of your hand is going to try to reach towards your forearm. As you sit your hips back, you're going to peel your hands and your palms up, keeping your wrist crease on the mat or the wall, okay? So come forward, shoulders over wrists, and then hinge back. So from a wall position, I'm going to demonstrate what that could look like from a wall. It's going to be a little bit different, yeah? So what I'd like you to focus on is downward dog. And I don't really think there's going to be a way, well, maybe you can, from a downward dog position, take your palms off of the wall, okay? That would mean, or hands on seat of chair, okay? So we're gonna do this 5 times. Wrist crease, 90 degree, sit your hips back, pull your palms, pull your fingers back as you send your hips back in space. Okay, and then come forward, reset, try again. Good, let's see it, let's see it. So Sue, down dog, and from your down dog at a wall, you're gonna try and pull your fingers and your palms off of the wall. Good. Looks good, team. Elbows straight, elbows straight. So by bending those elbows, you're assisting in the extension of the wrists. Dang. This is huge, y'all. This is really, really good. Good. Watch that neutral spine position, team. So we're not rounding like a cat. We're simply sending our hips back in space as much as you can maintain that nice lengthen through your spine. Nice, Dana. Watch those elbows, Judy. Fight for it. Good. And then just give those wrists a little bit of a shake. Come back to quadruped and or hands at the wall, right? And now we're gonna use our pinching ability. So what I'd like you to do is attempt, imagine this had texture to it, your mat, like it was pliable, maybe like crazy, like, I don't know, some kind of Play-Doh or something, and you're gripping the mat with your fingers, closing your fingers in. So from this angle, spread fingers, and I'm gonna grip the mat and pull it in, but I want that elbow to stay straight. So pull. You're pulling all 5 fingers in, 4 fingers and a thumb, into a center. So just do one hand to start with and see what it feels like. See, this is my hand that I have some issues with my thumb, and I'm certainly feeling it there. So maybe not to cause pain, right? We want to take it easy. And then do the same thing on the other hand. So one hand at a time, seeing what you're feeling in the joints of your hands. Gripping and gathering your fingers and thumb into a point. And then once you've done each hand separately, try to do both hands. So you might need to sit your pelvis back a little bit, because if you start off with your shoulders over your wrist, that's a lot of load. So start with your hips slightly back for me, Deb. So bring your pelvis back a little. And do your gripping, bringing all 4 fingers and thumb into center, like you're grasping your mat. A few times, test it out, and then start to shift your body forward so that eventually you work towards shoulders over wrist. Maybe not today, but if you can do it, great. Nice. Deanne, that puppy of yours, gosh. Attached to you, definitely a Velcro puppy. Elbows are straight for me, Elizabeth. Grab the mat, grab the mat. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nice job. Shake it out. Come to stand. Grab a sip of water. We're moving on to grip strength, team. And then from the samples of grip strength, we're going to move on to our workout of the day. All focusing on your hands, arms, a little bit in your shoulders. So you can give your hands a little bit of a massage. One of the easiest things you can do passively while you're watching television to help the circulation is to get in between the webbings of each finger and thumb. And you might start off, if you've never done this before, and I'm going to show from here what I normally do while I'm watching television. You can start with a thumb press. That's a little bit gentler, and then glide from the base all the way out. You may start off feeling crunchy, the connective tissue in this area, yeah? And you want to work it until the pain, if you're feeling discomfort, diminishes. And then you can do the same thing in between each finger. So you can do that for a moment, but I love to do this while I'm watching television. All right, so it looks something like this. Here you can even do it from this angle. All right, so no part of your body technically should hurt when you touch it, right? If it does, there's usually some sign of inflammation, right? Of course, if you've got an injury that you're dealing with, that's a different story. So we want to work at increasing that inflammatory response, right? So just try to keep massaging here, especially those areas that might feel tender to touch. Good. Another second. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Moving on to grip strength. So we don't really talk a lot about grip strength, especially if we're doing a strength week. I say pick up a weight, you're good as gold, right? I don't really think too much about it. You want to hold the grip really well. But we're going to practice different types of grip strength in hopes that this will eventually, like a weightlifting class that we will be doing next week, will help to increase that grip strength. So the first grip I want you to practice with, I'm just going to grab a light weight right now. For me, light is 5 pounds. We're going to focus on a cylindrical. So they all have fancy names, but basically it's the grip that you and I use the most in this class. And from this angle, I'm going to just take my palm into the weight, put my fingers around the weight, and my thumb is on top. Yeah? So if you have 2 weights, hopefully you have 2 weights. I wasn't thinking properly here. I'm going to grab my second weight, and I'm just going to practice holding a cylindrical grip. Right? So we're going to do farmer's carries because that's going to be one of our workouts today. So we're just going to walk around with that proud chest. When you hold your cylindrical grip, I want you to think of actually holding it. So not letting the weight pull you down. Instead, you're actually squeezing, right? We practice squeezing our knuckles passively and actively earlier. So I want you to actively squeeze the handles of these weights, right? Shoulders are back, chest is lifted. Again, hopefully this doesn't cause any pain, and we want to maintain equal grip on left and right side as best as we can. Good. Now, what I notice a little bit, team, is that your weights, some of you are letting your weights swing. And that is a definitive not in this class. So instead, visualize that you have pieces of paper in your armpit and it's windy. And these are really important documents. Isn't it like tax season or something like that? You can tell who does the accounting in this house, and it is not me. So imagine you have your income tax return and it includes a big check coming your way. So you do not want to let that get taken away in the wind. Squeeze, and again, not letting those weights swing is really important in 3, 2, 1. Okay, put those down. That's a lot of work, right? We don't often think about that grip because it just comes naturally. Shake out those hands, moving on to a spherical grip. Okay, so spherical grip, I'm going to grab a larger weight only because it's more visible to you, we're basically going to grab the end of our dumbbell. I want it to be challenging. And you're gonna hold the end. If you have a kettlebell, like a set of kettlebells, imagine you're holding the round part of your kettlebell. This is gonna mimic the exact same thing. So you're gonna hold that weight, and of course, I can't find the second one, but you're going to find your second one. There it is. And you are going to walk around with your spherical grip. Now, what you might notice, and I'm gonna tell you before you, no, walk around first and tell me what you notice. And after a few seconds, if the weight is heavy enough, not if you've got 1 or 2 pounds, you're gonna feel absolutely nothing. Shoulders back and down, chest is proud, armpits tight. If you've got a weight that feels challenging, that's how you know you're gonna get stronger, just so you know. Dana, keep your elbows straight. Elbows straight, yes. So this, not what we want, 100% straight. So put them down for a second and point to the part of your bodies that you're starting to feel with a challenging spherical grip. Anybody? Oh, you're feeling your shoulders? Okay, so that must be quite heavy. So squeezing the shoulder blades back, shoulders down, chest is proud, really important. But you might be starting to feel, yes, the forearms, because it's all interconnected. So we want a good minute of this grip so that we can start to go, okay, something's starting to happen here. Just get that sense of how it feels. Yep. We're gonna move back to that slightly lighter weight. So you're gripping the ball end of your weight, or if you have that kettlebell, squeezing it nice and tight. No swinging. Good, and put it down. Whew. All right, shake that out. So not just the hands, but the forearms are getting involved. Yep, and of course the upper back. The next grip, we're gonna go with a pinch grip. Now, I usually would do this if I was in a gym setting with the plate, you know, the round plate, but you're literally going to take, this is my 5-pound weight, and you're gonna hold it like so. So you can see, like if there was a icing covered cupcake on top of this, I would not want my palm to touch the icing. That's it, Carol. Good. Now lower the weight. Everything else stands the same. A little bit trickier. Now we're starting to involve the fingers a little bit more. And because they're intimately connected to your hand, we need to strengthen those as well. If you find you're gonna lose it, then you know you're challenging yourself. What's the worst that can happen? So 5 pounds, hopefully something that's challenging you personally. Whew. And the final grip coming up in 3, 2, 1. Whoo-wee, that was my biggest challenge. So whichever one, of course, at the end of this that you discover was most challenging is the one that you'd want to program a little bit more into your week. And you could think about just doing that grip, set a timer, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, take a break, do it again, take a break. So you can do about 5, 8 reps of that, and then carry on with your workout. Final grip doesn't involve this guy. We're gonna put him on holiday, okay? So it's the hook grip. So you're gonna rest your weight in your 4 fingers and your thumb has no contact. So by your side, 4 fingers are carrying the weight. Palms are open, facing your body. I guess you could have it externally rotated, but for the sake of today's class, we're gonna have them face our palms. Cylindrical, spherical, pinch and hook. Chest is proud. Lift it up. That's it, Jenny. Not a lot of difference between the cylindrical grip, except the thumb, of course. More weight into the fingers, a lot more comfortable than our pinch grip, right? 3, 2, and 1. So good, team. Okay, so I think our hands are prepped. You're gonna give them a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a hug while I go over today's WOD or workout of the day. First one, you've already experienced it just now, is the hook grip farmer's carry. I would like that weight to be substantial for you. So I don't know what that looks like. This will help definitely for guitar lessons, Elizabeth. That's a great, yeah. It'll help with your dexterity, especially that nerve glide. Yeah, this one is gonna really help with your dexterity. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get weights. Now 10 pounds doesn't challenge me for the hook grip. Remember, the hook grip doesn't have the thumb involved, but 20 pounds does. And we're gonna set a timer, and for 60 seconds, we're going to just march on the spot if you don't have a lot of room, because I don't have a lot of room where I am. Just a light march on the spot. Armpits are nice and tight. I'm demoing, by the way, team, so just watch the demo, okay? First exercise. I like a little light march because, again, you know I'm working in a teeny tiny space, but if you have a nice long hallway and you want to leave the monitor, that's completely fine. Hook grip, arms tight, chest proud, shoulders back. 1 minute on the clock for that. The next one's going to be a wall catch. Right, for my yogis from Monday's class, we're gonna spread our hands nice and wide on the wall. We're gonna push and come back down. Try to land. For those of you who don't take yoga with me, we try to land instead of just palm flat and open. Fingertips, fingers, palms. So try that. Come to the wall with me, team. Without the body actually, moving. Just bring your fingertips to the wall first, so your palms will be facing the floor. Fingertips at the wall. Then allow all 4 fingers to touch the wall. Then the palm and the thumb. And reverse it. Palm and thumb, fingers, fingertips, press away. And so we're gonna catch ourselves, turning our head left to right, using our hands to catch our body. Right? That's the second exercise. Third exercise is just a 30-second wall plank. So if you want to walk your feet back from the wall, I like to squeeze my thighs together, push the wall away. This is my wall plank. Yours could be here, yes, but you're using your hands spread nice and wide, actively pushing. That's the third exercise. The next one. So without a weight, we're gonna move this over here. A lighter weight, and you'll understand why a lighter weight. I'm gonna use 10 pounds for my light weight, and I'm gonna place that weight in the center of my chair. From here, I'm gonna come down into a hinge and take my right hand to the weight. So imagine the chair is here. Bring it to my shoulder and press overhead. Okay, so we're gonna do the one arm, single arm snatch. And what I want you to think about with this movement is your legs push you up, right? Then from your legs, what did I want you to focus on? Your shoulder, bringing it to your shoulder and then pressing up, okay? So from here, again, one quick movement, push up, down, push up and down. Same arm. We're gonna do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. What I'd like you to do is try the movement for me right now without a weight. So legs, shoulder, elbow, straighten. Think about that. Legs, shoulder, elbow. Legs, shoulder, elbow. No weight, Carol, to practice, okay? No weight to practice. So you're faking the weight. Yes. Push your legs into the ground. Push your feet into the ground to stand. Bring the weight to your shoulder. Straighten your elbow. Good. Keep going. I want to see that hip hinge. So we're not squatting, Elizabeth, necessarily. We're just hinging, pushing our feet into the ground from this angle. Hinge, push. You can try both arms, right? And make sure you're comfortable. Looks good. Y'all get that neutral spine. Dana, there is still a slight knee bend, right? Just a slight knee bend. It's just not a squat full on, like no accordion. I see all the neutral spines in the world. Now, to determine what weight you're going to use, I want you to just practice and see what feels challenging but doable to you. Take a moment. Take a moment. Try both hands, because you know our grip strength, our shoulder strength, our arm strength is not the same. So we want it to feel challenging, remembering you're doing 30 seconds right side and 30 seconds left side. Good. Y'all look great. And this is not about speed, remember? This is about clean reps, understanding the movement, pressing overhead. There's a little bit of a shoulder shrug to get that weight to your shoulder, and then a press. Yep, looks good. Are we ready? Are there any questions about today's WOD? Anybody? You figured out your weight? Okay, does it feel challenging but doable? Untuck that pelvis, Judy, right? So if you're coming down and there's a tailbone tuck, I want you to put your weight on a higher surface, right? So from here, 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 here. Same movement, but we want to maintain that neutral spine. All right, so hook grip, farmer's carry, that's a 60-second one. So give me 1 second, I want to find something that has a little bit more pep while you grab a sip of water. A little bit more pep in the music. I don't think you guys want my I don't think you guys want my hip hop soundtrack. There you go. That's a little fun. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, Claudette's ready. So we're going into the grip hook. Light march on the spot. Pick a challenging but doable weight. In 3, 2, 1, your thumbs are not involved in a hook grip. Yeah, so let the weight hang in the fingers. Keep your shoulder blades gently squeezing back. If you need to put your back up against a wall, that's fine too. And don't worry about how high your knees get. Remember, the option is to walk around your space. 60 seconds is a long time, team. Your hands are definitely going to be challenged. Your shoulders are definitely being challenged. Jenny's got lots of room, lucky you. We are 20 seconds left. Hopefully those fingers are gonna hold up here. We've got wall catches for another minute coming up. In 5, that's it, Karen. 4, 3, I want this to be challenging. 2, and 1. Please put those weights down on an elevated surface, preferably, as opposed to the floor. We're going into wall catches. Take a moment. 3, 2, 1. Start with those fingers. Sorry, fingertips, fingers, palms, and go. So you're just gonna, on my video from Monday's yoga class, catch and release. No release, just catch yourself. Turn your head left to right. Keep that core tight, keep those glutes tight. And because Deborah inspired me on Monday's class, feel free to change your grip position. Your hands cannot always be the same in real life. Maybe you've got a diet. Yes, Jenny, nice. Judy. Remember that head turn, team. Could make the difference between hitting your forehead and not hitting your forehead. Watch those hips, Carol. So make sure that you're tight in through the belly so that you don't extend and lead with your pelvis. Good. Time. That was fast, huh? 30-second wall plank since you're here. Push. Hands at shoulder height, slightly wider than your shoulders. Find your position. You're at a 90 degrees. Thighs touching, butt on. Go now. Elbows are straight, 100%. You cannot push if your arms are not straight, not with your full power. And you're gonna hold that plank, Marion. So just hold it. Good, maybe up on your tippy toes. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your bum. That's it. 3. You guys make this look so easy. Next round, if you want to take it to the floor, do not let me stop you. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it was maybe a little bit longer than 30 seconds. You're welcome. Here we go. So we're doing the dumbbell overhead snatch. The weight is in the center of your chair. Your feet are nice and wide, even wider than the legs of your chair. 30 seconds. Hinge, push the floor away, weight to your shoulder, and overhead and down. Same arm every single time for the 30 seconds. Join me, go. Marion's already there. Yeah, so full on grip, right? We know this grip, it's the cylindrical grip, thumb over fingers. Use the power to bring that weight to your shoulder, the power of those legs, right? Straighten up nice and tall. Hinge, lower. Come on, Dana, power. You're not alternating, same side for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we're changing sides. So if you did alternating arms, that's fine because we're going to do that on the last set. So other side, watch this 1 second. Power, right? You need power in everyday life, right? Especially if you're going to catch yourself from falling. So power it up to bring it to your shoulder and then you can take your time getting it overhead. But push the floor away, weight to shoulder, then elbow straighten, overhead. That's it. Better. Deanne, get a little closer to the chair. Yeah. Little quicker, Jenny, on the uptake. Remember, we're pushing our feet into the ground in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time. Okay, take a moment, put those weights down, shake out your arms. So we save the workout till the end. We're gonna try for 3 rounds. Roll those shoulders up, back and down, spread the fingers. Change the directions. Back to hook grip, march on the spot. Or farmer's carry if you have the space, which just means you're walking around the room. Are you ready? Yeah, you are. Why are you using 5-pound weights? Don't do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Armpits tight. You want that refund from the government? Don't let the wind take it away, that tax return away. Armpits tight. Squeeze the shoulders back and eyes are on the horizon. There's nothing on the ground that you need to pay attention to because we already checked for tripping hazards unless you're Deanne and the dog is running around. Ooh. Let us know how your progress goes, Elizabeth, with your guitar lessons. I tried piano on my 50th year. I probably should have stuck with it, but she did not. That is hard stuff, team. If you play a musical instrument, dang, high respect. Put that down. Moving on. Exercise number 2, we're moving into the wall catch, starting with your fingertips at the wall, palms facing the earth. Then place your fingers and your palms and go. 30 seconds, let's go. Nice. Yes, that's it, Deborah. We don't want to forget that head turn. You make it a natural reaction, right? So if ever, hopefully it doesn't, but you know, life happens to all of us. It's just that natural instinct to turn your head left to right. Left to right, Judy. 3, 2, 1, that's time. 30-second wall plank. Find your plank. If you want to come down to the floor, for those of you who do, we could keep our knees on the floor, but the shoulders stay over the wrists. This is quite challenging on the wrist creases, so know your limitations. You can keep those knees off, but 30 seconds is a long time. 3, 2, 1, you're in it. Whatever option you're choosing, pull the tummy in, Karen. Watch the spinal extension, right? Butts and guts equal. Nice, Dana. Nice, Elizabeth. How's that breathing coming along? Shoulders away from your ears, no matter what variation you're in. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, single arm snatch. Actually, we're gonna double up on this. We're gonna do a solid minute, but we're gonna alternate just for the sake of time because we're gonna run over by a couple of minutes. I wanna get the 3 rounds in. So now you know all the work and you can go to simply the WOD of the day because I'll timestamp it for you. We're gonna alternate like Dana, you already knew what was coming, right? Alternate dumbbell overhead snatch. So we're gonna take it, push into the floor to your shoulder, press overhead, lower it to the chair, do the other side. Yes. Shoulders gotta move, y'all. Let's go, let's go. Solid minute, alternating left and right arm. Carol, get closer to the chair. I don't want you reaching away from the chair. I want your chest to be almost right over that weight. Yes, Dana. Remember, you can do all of this if you're recovering from anything without a weight. Just mimic the movements. That's absolutely fine. Or downgrade those weights if you need to make sure that you take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're challenging yourself and using your power, explosive on the uptake. That's it, Karen. Almost there, almost there. We've got time for one more round. If you gotta go, you're done. You can do a little bit of a stretch on your own, but I wanna stick around an extra few minutes because I know you can, right? So maybe boxing would be a great thing to do next too, eh? Cardio. It'll be in your future, don't worry. Shake it out, grab that sip of water. Stay hydrated, very important. We're going into that hook grip. Last time. Catch your breath, get your life together, grab your heavier weights. Thumb is free. Yeah, you're welcome. See you. Try to get in that 3rd round. If you're doing this on replay, squeeze those shoulders back, chest is proud, eyes on horizon. Let's do this, team. Light march on the spot or walking around your space as long as your weights aren't swinging by your side. Most important. Push one foot into the ground, let the other foot float. That's it, Jenny, good. Thumbs, thumbs, thumbs are free. Let those fingers, you can feel that in the forearm too, but let those upper back muscles assist you in holding those weights in your hand. Nice full breath, 5 more seconds on the clock. Nice, Susan. 3, 2, 1. I want to say that and that pinch grip are my ones that I need to work on. Make a note of what's challenging to you as you go through this workout over the next 10 weeks or however, how many, we're in week 3, right? The next 7 weeks. Again, we're going to the wall catch and release, breaking it down to 30 seconds of the wall catch and then the wall plank, okay? Since we're at the wall. So catch and release, team, in 3, 2, 1. No release. Why am I saying that? Oh no. Yes. You're just turning your head. Just a gentle turn side to side. That's it. Nice. So again, if the tummy is not involved in this, we might tend to push our hips forward. So keep the abdominals tense, tight, yeah, and the glutes active as well. Good. Nice, Claudette. 3, 2, 1. Let's go straight into a 30-second plank. Arms are straight at shoulder height, slightly wider if you need, if you're at the wall. If you're on the floor, wrists are under shoulders. Claudette, try to walk those knees back a wee bit in your plank. Yeah, but keep your shoulders over your wrists. Yes. Good. So again, a plank involves the whole body. So if you are unable to grip and tense up your glutes, there's a good chance those hip creases are not fully extended. You're looking good, Carol. Nice, Deb. Great job, Sue. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Final minute on the WOD. Alternating, single arm, overhead snatch. Let's go. So remember, try to keep your chest almost directly over the weight. So when you bring it up, you're going straight to your shoulder by pushing those feet into the ground with the power. Let's go. Solid minute, alternating arm, alternating hands. Nice, Marianne. I was going to say, where'd Deanne go? There she is. All right. Really push those legs into the ground to bring that weight to your shoulder. Push. Knee straight. For those who want to stick around after class, I want to chat about power. So feel free to stick around. I will actually record it too. Neutral spine, core on, tummy on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Clear your weights out of the way. Come to stand in center of room. Nice job, team. Still got a workout in, even though it was mobility week. Not too bad. Just give me 1 second. Grab that sip of water. Ensuring you stay nice and hydrated. That's the #1 thing we forget to do. So from here, after your sip of water, just come to stand on your mat. Good. Knees are soft. Let's just roll those shoulders forward, up, back, and down. So we kind of started here, didn't we? Good. 2 more times. If you have to leave, please do. I get excited, but I really wanted to get 3 sets in there. Good, and then float those arms in front of you. Palms are going to face the sky. Step back with your right leg, right foot on the ground. Left knee bends and open those arms wide and back. So good. Step your feet together, switch sides. Left leg goes back. Good, and we're just going to alternate in our lunge with our chest nice and open. Good. Whoa, watch that balance. Don't come onto a balance beam, team. Remember, train tracks with the foot position. Good. 1 more set of these. Open. Together. Nice. Last time. Open. Together. Release your arms. This time, interlace them behind your back. Palms together, squeezing them together. Reach your knuckles on a low diagonal. Feel the shoulders depress away from your ears and squeeze those shoulders together. There's our retraction. Lift the chest. Good. Maybe gaze up, lift your chin. And exhale, release your hands, give them a shake. Take your right arm across your body and gently hook your right elbow into your left crease of your arm. Yeah, just like so. Good. Just relax that shoulder away from your ear. Perfect. Now let's go to the other side. So if you have time, I just want to chat 5 minutes about power, most specifically in your legs. Otherwise, I will record it for whoever stays around and you can just have a look at it when you have a moment. Take your right arm in front of you, grab a hold of your fingers and draw them down, extending your palm towards your monitor. Relax the left shoulder, rather right shoulder away from your ear, and then drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Ah. Mississauga looks so majestic from here. I literally have a clear view of the city from here and all the towers, the Maryland buildings and whatnot. It's spectacular. I miss that city. It's a good one. Good. One more stretch together, team. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms away from you. Good. And stretch your arms overhead, attempting here to like stretch the skin on the palm of your hands. One more breath. Release your hands. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly as you gaze downcast or close your eyes. And just take a moment here, thanking yourself for your efforts, for putting in the work, and knowing that you are making that investment in your future self and all the things that you endeavor to want to continue doing throughout your life with no limitations. It's a choice, and you all keep making it and showing up time and time again. Bow your chin to your chest, thanking yourself once again and for this community to come together and work so hard for what you deserve. Release your hands, open your eyes, welcome yourself to the rest of your day, team. Thank you so much for being here.